Hi folks, Scotch Bob here, back at the Vice. Just a wee quick one here that I've been using recently and had a wee bit of success with it. And it's just, I tie this as an emerger without any deer hair or to use a parapost and everything. I think that can be bloody complicated. And I like to use closed cell foam. And the reason I use closed cell foam is because I guarantee that my fly will be sitting in the surface film exactly where I want it to be. And no possibly sitting in the surface film, because you've got a parapost on it, or you've got a bit of deer here that you've treated, and you hope stays where you want the fly to be. Most of my buzzer emergers have got wee tiny bits of foam on to hold them up in the water. Anyway, this is just a shape. It's a B100 size 10 nymph hook, a Kamasa nymph hook, and I've got a white thread and run down the body, and I'm going to put some Mirage tinsel onto it. Just tie it in. Just tie it in and run it down the bend a wee bit. Once that's tied in, get a piece of copper wire. Now the reason this copper wire is going on is twofold. It's to make the hook turn up so that the bottom of the hook, i.e. the bend hook side, faces down into the water and presents the fly with the foam upwards, obviously. But you need that wee tiny bit of weight of the copper wire on the body to turn the fly over, to turn it over and make it sit the way you want, that way in the water, hook down. So just tie these two in and then run it back up. Now here you would want to make a taper head up to the thorax, but we're not going to need that because we're going to use the foam cell, closed cell foam as the thorax. So you've cut a wee slice, see how it's cut at an angle. Now, I've done this for 15 years now, and they're easy, just get them in. The only bad thing about me catching them today is my fingers. I've been working in the garden and my fingers I've got ragged bits in my skin, and my thread keeps catching them. So just get a grip it, get it into the position you want it in, and tie it down. Couple round the front. The trout don't see this, so I'll show you what we do to either camouflage it if you want to, or you can leave it the way it is. Anyway, that's that on, and you can cut it to size, and I know this size of this 3mm cell foam holds up that hook because there's not much dressing on it. Anyway, the next thing to do is get your tinsel and wind it up your hook. Now you can use your rotary vise for this, be turning the rotary vise, but I've just always done it this way before rotary vises come out, so I've just kept in the habit of doing this. But doing it with a rotary vise, I suppose, is the easiest way, but I just carry on in the old ways. Nice and slim, right up to where the beginning of the thing to start, and then tie it off. Right, now I need a pair of scissors. Trim it off. Then you're going to use the copper wire and put your segments on. Now that wee bit weight of copper wire at the bottom end there will turn the hook up. I'll turn the hook down with the hook face and hook point facing down in the water, just the way an emerger hangs in the surface film. And I'm scratching my fingers, I see my fingers are all cut. I was using Stanley knife in the garden. Oh. I was using a Stanley knife in the garden, and I've cut some of the skin of my fingers. Anyway, carry on here. We got a nice bit of peacock herring for the eye of the peacock. Trim off the white ends. And tie it in at the back of the foam cylinder. And then give a good 2 or 3 turns and tie it off. And last one bit thing last to do, but by no means least, is I've got a badger hackle here from Netscape, and what we want to do is we want to tie this in here behind the foam post. And the reason behind that is it gives the fly a signature in the water as the you create the hackle and allows it to spread out. Now, it's part of the fly, but no part of the fly that the trout are really interested in. But it gives it a bigger foot, a bigger signature sitting in the top of the water, and it masks the cylinder foam so that they don't see that and become a bit spooked. So they can easily be spooked. But that spreads it, and it breaks up the surface water and hides the foam post. And I can assure you they work with these foam posts on them, because most of my flies, except my traditional wet flies, are tied with these foam posts for emergers. You will get some refusals. But all in all, you'll get a lot more takes and you will get refusals. So B100 size 10 hook, Mirage body, copper wire over, a bit of a peacock herald, 3mm foam, and a badger hackle at the head so that it spreads out in the water, it breaks the surface film up, and they can't see the post. And I can assure you it works. If you want to give that a try them out in 1 or 2 of your favourite flies that you've been using as emergers. Try the foam posts on them, because the great thing about this is you know that's going to stay up in the surface film. It's not going to sink. No matter what happens, it ain't going to sink. Right, again, thanks for watching, and tight lines.